Hello everyone. Welcome to online faculty development program of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I am CA Pankaj Deshpande and we will be discussing about chapter 4 e-filing capabilities today. Let us start. What are the contents of this particular topic? VAT, TDS, service tax, TCS, excise, PF. Tally provides statutory e-filing capabilities for many of features. Out of these features, we will be discussing few features today. So let us start discussing with VAT. For this purpose, let us create a new company here. I am creating a company. Statutory compliance form. Here we must set it as India. By default, it is India. We must not change it. State selection is very important from the angle of some of the statutory matters. For example, VAT. In case of VAT, we need to select the state. I am selecting Maharashtra here. You will have to select your own state. I am pressing enter. Accounts with inventory, yes. Financial year and books beginning from for the same date, that is 1st April 2015. I am pressing enter and accept. The company is created. Initially, we will have to set up for the statutory features. There are two methods for setting up the statutory feature in Tally. One is quick setup and other is F11. On right hand side button bar, there is a button here, F11. You can click on that button and you can go for settings. Let us go to statutory and taxation. First, let us set for VAT. Enable value added tax. I am saying yes. Set alter VAT details. Once again, I am saying yes. State selected is Maharashtra. Type of dealer, that is regular VAT applicable from. These are some statutory details which need to be filled here. STO address, I can select any city in the state of Maharashtra. For example, I am selecting my own city, that is Nagpur, and I am pressing accept. There are other matters also, but let us not touch these matters at present. I am accepting. The basic setting is over. Now let us create some ledgers. For example, I am going to accounts info, ledger and create. I am creating a purchase ledger. Purchase ledgers can be created for separate VAT rates. Separate purchase ledgers for separate VAT rates. It is advised by Tally. I am selecting the group as purchase accounts. Inventory values affected, yes. Used in VAT return, yes. As soon as I select yes, I will get an option to set the VAT tax class. Purchases at the rate 12.5. This is the VAT tax class selected. I am pressing enter and accept. Now I am creating a sales ledger. Sales at the rate 12.5%. Group sales account, inventory values affected, yes. Used in VAT return, yes. Now tax class is sales at the rate 12.5%. Enter and accept. Similarly, input VAT at the rate 12.5%. The group for this ledger shall be duties and taxes. Type of duty, that is VAT. Input VAT and tax class is input VAT at the rate 12.5%. Rounding off may be selected, may be ignored, depending on your choice. Then output VAT at the rate 12.5%. Duties and taxes again, type of duty VAT. It is output VAT. Output VAT at the rate 12.5%. The basic settings for VAT are over. Within few minutes, your company will be ready for VAT accounting. Now, before we start, we will have to create at least one stock item and one unit of measure. I am creating one unit of measure as number, decimal place as 0. Now I am going to stock items. Let us assume that we are dealing into televisions and I am creating a Samsung 32-inch television as my stock item. Unit of measure is number, enter and accept. Now let us try to record purchase entry for this particular stock item. I am pressing. You can press either F9 or you can click here on purchase option on right hand side button bar. I am clicking this option. Let the date of this voucher be 1st April only. Supplier invoice number, date, party's account name. I'm selecting cash here. I'm pressing enter. And purchase ledger. I'm selecting the purchase ledger as purchase at rate 12.5%. Samsung. Let us assume that we are buying 10 televisions at rupees 18,000 each. Here I will have to select the ledger for input VAT. The ledger is selected as input VAT at rate 12.5%. Automatically the VAT is calculated. I am pressing enter, enter and accepting the voucher. We will create just two vouchers, one sales voucher and one purchase voucher. Purchase voucher is over. Now let us go to sales voucher. I am selecting sales voucher. I am once again selecting the cash ledger. I am pressing enter. Now selecting sales ledger. Once again the same item. Quantity once again 12. We had purchased at rupees 18,000 each. Let us say we are selling it as 21,000 each. Now here I am selecting output VAT. Output VAT is selected. VAT is calculated and we are selling the voucher. We have created only two vouchers. Now let us go to VAT computation report. To check VAT computation, let us go to display menu. Inside display menu, there is an option for statutory reports. I am going to statutory reports and VAT reports. Inside VAT reports, there is an option VAT computation. This is VAT computation. Look at these figures. Sales is rupees 2,10,000. On sales, 12.5% VAT is 26,250. Purchase is 1,80,000 and VAT on purchase is 22,500. So net VAT payable is 3,750. This is the amount of VAT payable. Now we have to record a payment entry for rupees 3,750. Let us go to payment voucher for making payment of this particular amount. I am going to accounting vouchers. I am pressing F5. I am changing the date, making it 1st of May. On right hand side button bar, there is a button here. It is stat payment, that stands for statutory payment. I am selecting this button. There are two options, VAT or CST. I am selecting VAT. Autofill statutory payment, I am saying yes. In this case, what happens? The input VAT is deducted from output VAT and the net VAT is calculated by Tally. Adjust input VAT, I am saying yes. From period 1/4 to 30th April. VAT is not calculated here correctly. Why it is not calculated? Because we have not selected the cash or bank ledger here. Let us do it once again. Accounting vouchers. I am selecting cash and now I am selecting stat payment. VAT, date is correct. Yes, yes. 1st April to 30th April. Now look at this voucher, it is correct. The amount is calculated correctly. I am saving this voucher, but before I save this voucher, I am selecting the period, provide details. I can provide the details here. Form 231, it is applicable in Maharashtra. In other states, it may be something different. Advance tax, date of filing, I am selecting as 1/5. Deposit date, once again 1/5. Challan number, let us say 123456. Name of the issuing bank, I can select my own bank, that is State Bank of India. Branch name, I am selecting my branch name. The voucher is over. I am saving the voucher. The voucher is saved. Now, how to prepare the VAT return? As far as the state of Maharashtra is concerned, the applicable form is form number 231. This form number 231 is an Excel file, and this Excel file is to be downloaded from the VAT website of Maharashtra, that is mahavat.gov.in. I have already downloaded the file, so I can go to display menu, display, then statutory reports, then VAT, e-VAT forms, e-VAT return, and form 231. This is the path. This is form number 231. I am selecting the period of return as 1st April to 30th April. This return is a fresh return, eligible form for form 704. It is for audit. I am saying no. Name, I am typing my own name here. Status designation, place, date. that is today's date. I am exporting the file. The complete VAT return is ready here. I am clicking on enable this content. At present, this particular information is not filled just because I have not filled this information in Tally. After filling all the information, that is master data, my company name, my VAT TIN, my registration number, etc., my address, my phone number, if I am filling this in Tally itself, it will be captured in Excel file. All the information, that is the period, the figure of sales, figure of purchase, it is there. And if you go to the bottom, you will also get the information about payment of tax. So this is payment of tax, amount already paid. There is one more button here. What is that button? This is challan number, this is amount, payment, bank name, Ramdaspet branch, etc., etc. All the information is filled. There is one more button here, press to validate. I will have to press this button to validate the form. After pressing, there are some errors. Please check up the errors. I am saying okay. The errors are written in a separate sheet here. These are the errors. MVAT RC number in box number 1, not entered. Email ID, not entered. Phone number, not entered, and mobile number, not entered. After filling all this information, my return will be validated. E-filing capabilities of Tally. Please remember, in this case, in case of Maharashtra, the e-filing cannot be done from Tally itself. Tally will help you to prepare the file for e-filing, and this file can be uploaded on VAT website. But as far as state of Karnataka is concerned, you can readily or directly upload the file from Tally itself. So Tally is fully capable of e-filing in case of Karnataka VAT. Let us close this file by saving, and let us go to Tally once again. This is Tally screen. So how simple it is to prepare a VAT return from Tally itself. We have discussed about VAT. Now let us discuss something about TDS. In the same way, we can activate the TDS feature in Tally. Once again, there is button here, F11 features. I am clicking on this button. Then statutory and taxation. There are variety of options. I am going on right hand side. This is enable tax deduct at source, TDS. I am saying yes. Set alter TDS details. I am saying yes once again. Tax deduction and collection account number. Let us say, for example, I am typing some invalid number. What happens? It displays one error message, invalid trans structure, 4 alpha, 5 numeric and 1 alpha. That is, for example, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and A. These type of characters are required. Once again, let us set in the same way. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and once again A. It is accepted. Head office TAN is not compulsory, it is optional. TAN registration number, it can be ignored. Who are you? That is, whether you are a government agency or something other than government. Is proprietorship firm? No. Name of the person responsible. Once again, I am typing my own name here. And son, daughter of, designation, partner. So the information is over. I am saving this information. I am accepting. The first step is to start TDS feature in Tally. Now the next step is to create ledgers. For example, let us consider a simple case of payment to auditors. Audit fees is paid to auditors and we need to deduct tax on it. So I am creating a ledger. At least three ledgers are to be created here. First ledger is party ledger. Let us create a party ledger. Party ledger under sundry creditors. Maintain balances bill by bill. This should be yes. Is TDS deductible? I am saying yes. Type of party, that is the list of deducted types. It is partnership firm. At present, Tally is not asking me about advanced details. I am pressing F12. Allow advanced entries in TDS master. I am saying yes. And saving. Allow advanced entries in TDS. I am saying yes. Ignore surcharge exemption limit. At present, surcharge is not applicable, so this question is irrelevant. Set ignore income tax exemption limit. I am saying yes. What does it mean? If you are making a payment that is below exemption limit, Tally is asking us whether I should deduct the tax. I am saying yes. So even if there is a payment of rupees 100, still Tally will deduct the tax even if it is below the exemption limit. So fees for professional or technical services, this is the nature of TDS payment which is applicable in this case. Set lower/0 deduction here. At present it is irrelevant. Deduct TDS in same voucher if applicable. If TDS is applicable, Tally is asking, do you want me to deduct the tax in the same voucher? Yes, it should be deducted. I am saying yes. Once again, I am selecting the same nature of payment, and here one of the important part in settings is that we must set the PAN here. If we are not setting the PAN here, Tally will assume that there is no PAN and Tally will deduct the tax at the rate 20% irrespective of the statutory rate. So I am setting the PAN and I am accepting. The party ledger is created. Party ledger is created. Now let us create a ledger for tax. For example, I am creating TDS payable ledger, and that too for a particular nature of payment. TDS payable professional fees. Under duties and taxes, type of tax or duty, that is TDS. Here I will have to select the proper TDS nature of payment. It is selected. Now let us create one expense ledger. Audit fees. Under indirect expenses, TDS applicable, yes. Fees for professional or technical services used in VAT return not applicable. Enter and accept. So let us have a quick recap of what we have created so far. First of all, I have pressed F11, then statutory and taxation. This option I have made it to yes. I have made certain changes here and I have accepted this screen. Step number 1, that is enabling TDS. Step number 2 is creating ledgers. I have created 3 ledgers. One party ledger. This is party ledger. I have made TDS option yes here. I have selected the deductive type. I have set some advanced entries here. Second, I have created one TDS payable ledger here. TDS payable professional fees. I have created it and I have accepted it. And third ledger I have created is audit fees. So these are the changes I have made in Tally. Now I can go ahead with recording vouchers. Accounting vouchers, I am pressing F7. Let us create the entry. Expenses account, that is audit fees account debit. Let us say I am debiting 50,000 as fees. As soon as I debit, Tally is asking me what is the nature of payment for this particular entry. By default, it is fees for professional or technical services. Debiting, I am selecting 2 options here and I am selecting party ledger. As soon as I select the party ledger, a new screen appears before me. Reference, that is new reference. Reference name is journal 1. Nature of payment is fees for professional or technical services. And duty ledger is also selected. Look at this screen. Tax is calculated here. TDS amount is rupees 5,000 and the payable amount is rupees 45,000. I am accepting the screen. I am not doing anything else except pressing enter key here. New reference, reference number 1, it is 50,000. Once again new reference, it is debit 5,000. So net amount you can see at the bottom is 45,000 credit. I am just pressing enter. I am not even selecting the ledgers. Ledger is also already selected by Tally. It is by default. Being audit fees payable. I am accepting it. The date of voucher was 1st May. I have accepted. Now it is not necessary that I should make a payment to the party, because even if the payment is not made to the party, still the TDS is payable. This TDS is payable within 7 days from the end of the month in which tax was deducted. In this particular voucher, I have recorded the expenditure, I have booked the expenditure, and also I have made my TDS payable. So TDS is deducted and it is payable. Let us go to balance sheet and check. This is balance sheet. I am going to current liabilities. In current liabilities, there is a heading duties and taxes. I am pressing enter, TDS payable professional fees. Once again, I am pressing enter, enter, and enter. This is the voucher which we have recorded. Now let us make a payment of TDS. But before that, let us check one more report. That is TDS payable report. Display, then statement of accounts. Sorry. Let us go to statutory reports, then TDS reports, then outstanding and TDS payable. This is the amount of TDS payable. Today's date, Tally is considering the date of last voucher entry as 1st May. So as per Tally, today's date is 1st May 2015. As on today, the delay is 0. Let me show it to you once again. Display, then statutory reports, then TDS reports, then outstanding, and then TDS payable. Now let me change the period. I am clicking on this period button and I am making it 31st 7/15. Now look at the delay. Overdue by 54 days. The due date was 7th of June. Now let us try to make a payment of this particular TDS. I am going to accounting vouchers. Then I am pressing F5. Here please ensure that you are in single entry mode. Single entry mode means here you are getting a field for account. Here you will be able to select cash and bank ledger only. If it is single entry mode, then it is well and good. If it is not single entry mode, we can press F12 key, that is configure button, and here we can set this option to yes. Use single entry mode for payment, receipt, contra. This option can be set to yes. At present is it already yes, so I am not selecting it once again. Here what we can do, on right hand side there is a button here, stat payment. I am clicking on this button, but before I click on this button I will have to change the date. I am making it 5th of June. And now I am clicking on stat payment. Type of duty, that is TDS. Autofill statutory payment, I am saying yes. Deducted till date, it is 31st till 31st May. All types of tax deductions till 31st May will be selected here. At present there is only one entry, so fees for professional or technical services is selected here. I am selecting nature of payment, fees for technical professional services. First of all section is selected. Deductee status, whether it is company or non-company, it is a non-company. And cash bank, I am selecting cash. Actually the cash payment is not allowed. I can create a ledger for bank here. State Bank of India under bank accounts. Now I can select State Bank of India. Automatically the amount is calculated and picked up by Tally, that is rupees 5,000. Provide details. I can provide the details here itself, or I can provide the details later on also. I am just pressing enter here. All the details can be entered here, but for the time being I am not entering these details because I don't know what is the challan number at present. This is the entry I am passing. I am saving the voucher is saved. Let us go to the same report, that is TDS payable report once again. I am going to display, then statutory reports, then TDS reports, then outstanding and TDS payable. This report is empty because we have made payment of TDS. Now before preparing the file for e-filing, one particular option needs to be checked. Let us do it once again from the beginning. Display, statutory reports, TDS report and challan reconciliation. What is challan reconciliation? Challan reconciliation is telling Tally the challan number and all the details of challans. These are the details of challans available during a particular period, that is 1st April to 5th June. On right hand side button bar there is a button here, Challan Reconcile. I am pressing this button. After pressing, the period is selected. ETDS quarter period, it will always be a quarterly period 1st April to 30th June. Check oblique DD number, I am just typing a check number. Check oblique DD date, it is 5th of June. The bank, State Bank of India, the BSR code of State Bank of India, and Challan number, I am typing the Challan number. Challan date, once again the same. Now this information is okay. I am saving this information. This information has to be filled for all types of challans. I am saving this information. Once again, let us go to Gateway of Tally and start from 0. Now it is time to prepare the file for e-return, ETDS return. Again, the ETDS return cannot be uploaded from Tally itself. Actually, it is not allowed to be uploaded from Tally itself. It has to be filed with TIN facilitation centers that are authorized for receiving and uploading the TDS e-return files. I am going to display then statutory reports, then TDS reports. Here there are two options, return and e-return. Let us go to e-return option. E-return will consist of two parts. One will be electronic file and other will be a printout. First of all, let us go to ETDS return. This is form 26Q. I am going to this form 26Q. As soon as I go to the form 26Q, this particular screen appears before me. This is in electronic format, so it cannot be viewed on screen and it cannot be printed. Here I will have to enter all the details one by one. Address, name, designation, name of the premises, building, etc. All this information is to be filled here one by one. Mobile number, I will have to type a mobile number. I am typing the mobile number. This particular field is compulsory. Email. Category, it is firm. From period 1st April to 30th 6. Challan date till means challans for the month of June may be paid after June, that is may be paid up to 7th of July. So normally it will be after your quarterly period. So I am setting it as 10th of July. Form name 26Q. Place, let us say I am saying the place as Delhi. The date is 7th of July 2015. Is a regular return filed for previous period. I am setting it to no and export. As soon as I click here, the file will be created and saved. Where it has gone? It has gone to your Tally folder. This is the file. Tally.txt. As it is a txt file, it can be opened and it can be checked, but it is suggested not to open this file because inadvertently we may make a small change in the file, and even if there is a small change in the file may become useless. So what is to be done with this file? Actually, this file cannot be uploaded directly. This file has to be validated by using a validation tool provided by NSDL. This tool is available free of cost, so you need to put this file in validation tool. There might be certain errors. Errors are to be corrected, are to be rectified one by one, and once the file is error free, this file can be taken to a TIN facilitation center and they will accept this file. But please remember, this file will not be accepted as it is, or only this file will not be accepted. You will have to have one more paper document with this file, and that document is called as Form 27A. This Form 27A can be generated from Tally. So I am going to this Form 27A and I can select the period of this particular Form 27A. Challan date till I am typing as 7/7 and the date of this is 7/7. I am printing this form. This form will be printed in this way, and you will be able to generate the Form 27A as well as ETDS return from Tally itself. You can just sign this Form 27A and you can take the file and this Form 27A to ETDS for filing of ETDS return with the help of TIN Facilitation Center. Before printing of Form 27A, we can have a preview of this Form 27A. Here earlier this option was not on. I have made this option now on with print preview. I am pressing enter. Now this is the form 27A. I am zooming this form. Look at this form. Form 27A, it is ready along with all the details. The payment of rupees 5,000 is also recorded here. You have to just sign the form, take a printout and sign the form. That's it. So far we have discussed about two types of taxes. One is VAT, other is TDS. Let us discuss something about service tax also. Once again the same activity has to be repeated. I am pressing this F11 features button. Now I am going to statutory and taxation. Enable service tax. I am setting it to yes. Set alter service tax details. Once again I am saying yes. Here you can fill all types of information as far as service tax is concerned. The master data regarding service tax can be filled here. Service tax registration number, date of registration, for example, I am setting it as 1st April. Let us select as partnership. Compute tax liability on accrual or realization. Mostly it is on accrual. In few cases it is on realization basis. Enable service tax round off. By default it is yes. SSC code, I am typing some SSC code. Premises code, large taxpayer unit, yes no, range, division, commissionerate, all types of this information has to be filled here for the purpose of return filing. I am selecting and I am accepting. The first step is to set service tax feature in Tally on. I have set it on. Now let us create ledgers. Accounts info, ledger and create. We are creating a ledger. First of all, let us create a party ledger. I am creating a party ledger under sundry datas. Is service provider or receiver? This is important question here. This has to be set to yes. Set alter service tax details. At present we may ignore it. I am pressing enter, enter, enter and I am accepting this key. The party ledger is created. Now let us create one more ledger for service tax. Service tax at the rate 14%. Type of ledger is under duties and taxes. Type is service tax. Tax head any, TDS applicable no. I am accepting it. So first of all we are creating two ledgers, one ledger for party and another ledger for service tax. We need to create one more ledger, that is for income. It is a case of architect, so I am creating a ledger under direct incomes. Again the important aspect here is to make this option yes. Is service tax applicable? It has to be made yes. Architect services, I am selecting the service type. Accept. Now let us go to the voucher entry. Accounting vouchers. We are creating a sales voucher. It is created on 5th of June. I am selecting the party ledger. Income head is design charges. Service amount, let us say 10,000 rupees. Automatically the service tax is calculated at 14%. If we try to create a voucher before 1st of June, automatically the service tax will be calculated at 12.36%. And if it is on or after 1st June 2015, the service tax shall be calculated at the rate of 14% as per statutory requirement. Now I am selecting the service tax ledger. It is selected. Narration is okay and I am saving the voucher. Voucher is saved. This was one aspect of service tax accounting. It was about accounting of sale of services. Now let us discuss something about accounting of purchase of services. Purchase of services means, let us assume that this person, that is the architect, he is purchasing services from other agencies. For example, he is having a telephone connection at his office and he is using telephone and he is being charged for this service, and service tax is also charged in the bill sent by BSNL. So let us create few ledger and create BSNL, that is the party ledger under sundry creditors. Again the important aspect here is that To set this option yes, is service provider or receiver, I am setting it to yes and saving the voucher. Now telephone expenses is one more ledger I am creating under indirect expenses. Again, is service tax applicable? This has to be set to yes. Type of service is telephone service. Expense booking entry can be recorded in journal or it can be recorded in purchase voucher. For the time being, I am recording it in purchase voucher by pressing F9. This is a purchase voucher. Let us try to record expense booking entry. I have selected the party ledger as BSNL. In case of particulars, I am selecting telephone expenses. The amount of telephone expenses is 1000. Automatically the service tax is calculated at 14%, that is 140 rupees. Now I am selecting the service tax ledger. The same service tax ledger can be used for sale of service as well as purchase of service. I am selecting it and I am accepting the voucher. Let us go to this particular ledger. Display, then account books, ledger and service tax. If you check, there was a liability of rupees 1400 and there is an asset of rupees 140. Rupees 1260 is payable. This 1260 is visible in balance sheet also. I am going to balance sheet and then current liabilities. This is 1260. This is service tax at the rate 14%. This service tax is to be paid. 1260 is to be paid now. For making payment of service tax of rupees 1260, there is a slightly different procedure in Tally. Now let us try to learn this procedure. But before we learn this procedure, let us go and check service tax computation report. I am going to display, then statutory reports, then service tax reports, then service tax computation. This is the report. This report shows us the total of service tax asset as well as total of service tax liabilities. So here we can see that service tax payable is rupees 1400 and service tax asset, service tax input credit available with us is rupees 140. There are few more reports available here. Service tax payable. In case of service tax payable, there are two options, bill date wise and realization date wise. Let us go to bill date wise as we have selected accrual option while making service tax option on in Tally. This is the bill. 5th June, party name, category, bill amount, total tax, realized amount, tax payable and balance to be paid. Similarly, there is one more option here, input credit. This is a report which shows us what is the amount of input credit available with us. Let us go to the summary. This is the report which shows how much input credit is available with at present. It is rupees 140. So date, reference number, party's name, category, bill amount, total tax, paid amount, total input credit and balance input credit. This information is readily available and every person who is registered under service tax, every service provider is statutorily required to maintain input credit register. We were talking about payment of service tax, how it is to be made. At present we know that rupees 1260 is to be paid. There is a slightly different procedure. I will explain what is the procedure. I am going to accounts info, then voucher type, then alter. I am repeating this step, accounts info, voucher type and alter. Here I am going to the voucher type journal. Here we need to create a voucher class. I am going to right hand side. Here we can name the voucher class as per our choice, but for the sake of simplicity I am typing the name as service tax. Use class for VAT adjustments, no. Use class for service tax adjustment, I am setting it to yes. This is a small change which I need to make in voucher type alteration screen. Accept, yes. Once again I am showing it to you. Journal, I have typed a name here, service tax, and I have made this option yes. Use class for service tax options. Yes, I have accepted the screen. First change. Next thing we have to do is to record input credit adjustment entry. I am going to accounting vouchers. We had recorded both the transactions on 5th June, so I am setting the date as 30th June. This entry is to be passed on last day of the month. I am pressing F7 for journal. As soon as I press F7 for journal, once again I will do it. I am pressing F7 for journal. As soon as I click on this button, I get this option, voucher class list. Earlier this option was not available. I am selecting service tax. After selecting service tax, there are certain options here. I am selecting input credit adjustments. We have to adjust rupees 140 against rupees 1400. Now what to do? We are having the same ledger, only one ledger is used for service tax. So I am selecting this ledger, service tax at the rate 14%. Against reference. This particular bill is a sale bill, it is for output service tax. I am selecting this bill and typing the amount to be adjusted. I have to adjust rupees 140 because 140 is available with us as input credit of service tax. I am pressing enter. To once again the same ledger I am selecting. I am setting it to against reference from where this particular 140 has come. This rupees 140 has come from the BSNL telephone bill. I am selecting the same line once again. Provide details. I am saying yes. From, let us say 1st June to 30th June. I am typing a relevant narration. Enter and accept. I have accepted the screen. The first step was to create a voucher class in the voucher type journal. Second step is to transfer the input credit. Now let us do one thing. Let us go to that service tax payable report and input credit report. I am going to this display, then statutory reports, then service tax report, then input credit. Summary. This amount is still appearing here. Now let us go to service tax payable report, bill date wise. Once again it is same. Now let us make a payment entry. Accounting vouchers. I am pressing this F5 payment button. I am selecting the date as 5th of July. Once again I will have to press the same button, that is stat payment. I am clicking on this button. I am selecting the type of duty oblique tax as service tax. Auto fill statutory payment. I am setting it to yes. Till date, that is 30th June, it is automatically taken. Service category I am selecting architect service. Cash or State Bank of India I am selecting State Bank of India. Automatically rupees 1260 is considered by Tally and it is put in the amount field. This is the advantage of using stat payment, because you need not remember, you need not calculate how much is to be paid. It is done automatically by Tally. Provide details, I am setting it to yes. From 1st June to 30th June. All these details can be entered, but at present let us ignore these details and go ahead. I am saving the voucher. Now once again go to these, let us go to the service tax payable and input credit summary report. Display, then statement of accounts, display, then statutory reports, service tax reports, service tax payable report, bill date wise. Let us go to this report. Now look at the period. By default it is 1st July to 31st July. Tally will consider the date of last entry and it will consider the same month. I am changing the period. I am making it 1/6/30.6. I am pressing enter. Service tax payable bill date wise, this report has become empty just because we have made service tax payment. So this report is empty. I am pressing escape and let us go to input credit report. Input credit and summary. What will or what should appear here? Should it be blank? Should it become blank? Let us check. Is it blank? Yes, it is blank, but please check the period. It is 1st July to 31st July. There are no transactions in this period. I am pressing the F2 button and I am changing the period to 1st June to 30th June. Is it blank now? No, it is not blank. Should it be blank? No, not at all. Why? It should not become blank because this input credit register is required for future reference. What type of credit we have availed, what type of credit we are at present having, this particular information is extremely necessary from service tax angle. So what will happen, please look at the column headings: date, reference number, party's name, category, bill amount 1140, total tax is 140, paid amount and total input credit is 140. Paid amount means how much we have paid towards this particular bill. At present, we have not recorded any entry for payment of telephone bill to BSNL. Total input credit available with us is 140 at present. It was already available with us. And balance input credit. Please look at this particular field. It is the credit. It was the credit available with us. Now it is not available because we have utilized this credit for making payment. We have paid rupees 1260. It was after deduction of rupees 140 input credit. So balance input credit is 0. So it is correct now. Now let us do one small activity. Let us make payment of telephone bill to BSNL. I am going to this accounting voucher screen. Let us select the date as 30th June. I am selecting the ledger as cash. I am selecting BSNL as party. As soon as I select the party name as BSNL, it is asking for against reference. Against which bill I am making this payment, I have to tell to Tally. It is the bill which was booked by me. I am selecting the bill. Automatically the bill amount and service amount is displayed here. I am just pressing enter, enter. Second reference, first reference was for service tax and the second reference is for accounting. So it is against reference. This was the bill. This was pending. Now it has been paid. So it will be removed from outstanding payable report. I am not typing the narration here. I am just accepting the voucher. As soon as I accept the voucher, the report for input credit is updated. Let us check. Let us go to this display. Then statutory reports, service tax reports, and let us check this input credit. Summary. Look at this particular portion, paid amount. Earlier this particular field was empty, so now it is filled. We have already paid the telephone bill to BSNL, so 1140 is appearing here. Let us check what are the other reports available as far as service tax is concerned. Display, statutory reports, service tax reports. There is service tax computation, service tax payable, input credit, ST3 and exception report. As far as our topic, that is e-filing, is concerned, this particular menu is important for us. In case of ST3, there are three options: report, e-filing and e-filing XML. First two options, that is report and e-filing, these two reports, that is ST3 reports, are in printable format. You can take a printout of these two reports and you can fill the information manually in the Excel file. Alternatively, there is one more option here, that is e-filing in XML format. You can just open this option and you can fill in all type of information required here. That is the period, type of return, name, place and the date. Remarks can be typed here and you can press enter to generate the file. As far as Tally is concerned, Tally can prepare the file, but this file cannot be uploaded directly from Tally. You will have to go to the service tax website and upload this file manually. Again, this file needs validation. So after validating the file will be ready and it can be uploaded. The advantage of using this particular system is that your accounting data and the data prepared data typed in the return will be same. There will not be any confusion. Secondly, you will be saving lot of time in preparing the files for return. So this is a very big advantage as far as Tally ERP9 is concerned. So this was some amount of input from my side to all of you as far as e-filing in Tally ERP9 is concerned. I hope this particular input will be useful to you to some extent and you will be utilizing this input. And I, in the last, thank all of you for patient hearing. Thank you very much and have a nice day.